Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 834th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that we put onto YouTube. Just to say, this is our last battle of 2023, so I wanted to look for a really worthy, memorable battle that we can, remember, and that this was the last battle of 2023. And what it is, this map is a big advantage to Team 2 and a big disadvantage to Team 1. Those of you that watch our battle videos regularly will know that we've got 3 battle of disadvantages. Well, this is the 4th battle of disadvantages, and why we call it disadvantage I'm just going to show you now. If you notice here, look how Team 2 can just walk onto the higher part of the ground there, and Team 1, which I'm a member of, look at the ground that we've got to try and climb up. That massive hill there to get up onto level ground. So that's why we call this this map like the disadvantage map. So as I say, this is the 4th battle of disadvantages here, and as you can see there, that the enemy team's got the advantage there to get right on top of the hill as well before we get there. So as I say, I hope this will be a memorable battle for our last battle of 2023. Just to say, in this battle we're not allowing any archers, horse archers, head hurlers or slingers. Okay, to just let you know that. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Scorpion King. He's called himself OTD Chinny Poo, but it is in fact Scorpion King SR. He's got 12 urban cohorts, 2 town watch, yes, 2 town watch, and 6 cavalry. Okay, I'd just like to show you here within his army, he's got an eagle unit there for extra morale boost. So he's got his infantry general and his eagle unit there for 2 morale boosts of his army. So that's pretty good. Always extra morale is good. And there's the town watch units there. If you notice, they do carry spears, so they'll have I should guess, a small anti-cavalry bonus there, but I'm guessing he's going to use those units as kind of his pilot shield units there to soak up enemy pilers. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. He usually brings pretty good cavalry. Now 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So it'll be interesting to see how Scorpion King handles that army during the course of the battle. Okay, just look at that hill that we're going to try and get up to get on top of the hill there. Okay, so our next teammate is Brotherhood member SteveLongshanks. Now Steve has just got 11 Spartans. Okay, 11 Spartans, that's all he's got. But if we have a look at the upgrades on these Spartans of Steve, you'll see that there you are. If you notice, there's 7 upgrades. So he's got an experience stripe as well as gold shield, gold attack on all of his Spartans there. As I say, that experience stripe really does make a difference. We know Spartans fight well with just gold shield, gold attack, but you put an experience stripe on them, and that makes them kind of like almost like super soldiers, I think, really, for the Spartans. And our next teammate is Brotherhood member Spark, who's bought the Pontus faction. Now he's got 13 pikes, 1 hillman unit, and 6 chariots. If you notice here, you'll see he's got good upgrades on his pikes. So you already can see 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikes. Remember, the enemy have got to fight all the way down those long pikes there to kill the man on the other end there. So it'd be interesting to see how he handles those pikes during the course of the battle. But just look at that hill that he's got to run. If he wants to get on top of the hill, he's got to run up that slope there. So as I say, a real disadvantage to Team 1 this map is. And then we got his chariots here. Now remember, these chariots have got a big fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, big attacking specifications, but if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike and become a menace to both friend and foe alike. So unless you're confident and competent with chariots, I would say really think about whether you want to bring them. They can, on the other hand, they'll be battle winning troops if they're used correctly, but they really are a double-edged sword. And I would say to anybody thinking about bringing chariots, really have a think about it, because if they run amok and start killing your allies' troops there, you can become unpopular quite quickly. So there you go there, and there's the hillman there. My guess is that Spark would probably use them as like some kind of pilot shield unit in front of his main battle formation there. So that looks like a pretty good Pontus army there. Our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, and I've got 13 Spartans, okay, just 13 Spartans there. So there's our team. As you can see, we've got Scorpion King with Rome. We've got they already got Steve with Greek cities. We got Spark with Pontus, and myself with Greek cities. Just to say, remember, no archers, no horse archers, no slingers, and no head hurlers allowed in this game. So, because you might be thinking, well, where are all the archers? So, just say that we've changed the rules a little bit for this battle. This should be a cracking 2023 battle. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Lando. Now, Lando's got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 5 cavalry, and you'll see that he's running to get straight on top of the hill there as soon as he can. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member FirstPrime. Now, FirstPrime's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Just like to show you that he has also got a morale boosting eagle unit there. Okay. Always good to have an extra morale boosting unit as well as his general morale bonus as well. So he got 2 lots of morale going on there with his army. Be interested to see what upgrades he's got in his cavalry there. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 7 upgrades. An experience stroke gold shield gold attack on his cavalry. So I think that'll be a tried and tested FirstPrime Roman army there. Their next teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now Aurelius has got 11 infantry and 5 cavalry. Yes, just 11 infantry and 5 cavalry. And they were, if you have a look at the upgrades on his infantry, there are 7 upgrades and experience stripe gold shield gold attack on most of his infantry. I think his 2 pilot shield units are just gold shield gold attack, but the vast majority of his infantry has got that experience stripe on them there. Remember, that experience stripe really does make a difference. Keeps your troops fighting and holding longer. Quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh my gosh, he's certainly got some serious cavalry there. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's pretty good there. It's a pretty good tried and tested Aurelius army. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got, get ready for this, 19 pikes. Yes, 19 pikes and 1 armoured cavalry general. Now that is a heck of a lot of pikes there. This is going to be really serious there. Let's say you've got 1 cavalry, 19 pikes. And what he'll have mixed upgrades there. You see he's got gold shield, gold attack on the forward units there. And then he probably got 7 upgrades. I'm thinking, yeah, there you are. An experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on the rest of his units. If you notice, he split his Macedonian army into 2. And just look at the length of those pikes that our men have got to fight down to kill the man on the other end there. So make no mistake, that's a pretty serious Macedonian army. Oh, and just to say, this battle could have an alternative name. We could call it the Battle of Veterans, because every single player in this game has been playing Rome Total War for at least 10 years. It really is a veterans game. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, we literally just press start. You'll see that Lando and FirstPrime, being 2 of the most aggressive players on Rome Total War, make sure they get on top of the highest part of the map there. Now, just to say that the tactics for our team, just to give you a heads up on this, is definitely not to attack uphill. Okay, so there's no way that we're going to try and attack up this massively steep hill. Remember, in RTW, the downhill advantages are massive. Their pilots go further. If they charge downhill, they get more charge bonus. So there's no way we want to attack up that steep hill. So just to give you a heads up, both Scorpion King and Steve, okay, so both Scorpion King there and Steve are heading over towards our left flank. They're going to meet up with myself and Spark over there on the left flank, avoiding hopefully any contact with enemy troops on their way over. Okay, so that's our tactic there. We're going to move over to our left flank and certainly are not going to try any attempt to attack up this massively steep hill here. Of course, FirstPrime and Lando would love us to try and attack uphill, but we're not going to play that game. We're going to go over to the left flank. As I say, this game is full of veterans. A lot of the players in this game have been playing Rome Total War for over 19 years since it first came out, and the minimum time of players in this game is 10 years of playing Rome Total War. So as I say, it's a real battle of veterans, this game is. So there you are. That should say to you about what a cracking battle this is going to be. But there you are, as I say, FirstPrime and Lando grabbing the highest part of the map here. And I don't blame them for doing that, because if you think of this as a real battle back in the day, the high ground really does make a difference. Okay, so over here on our left flank, you'll see that myself and Spark there has managed to get up onto the level ground, if you like, at this particular part of the map, and we're going to be moving up towards the enemy troops there. Okay, so we I was quite surprised that we managed to get up here unopposed. So they had no intention of fighting us, they just want to grab the high ground. If you notice there, you'll see that Aurelius is running his infantry up on the high ground, and you'll see that Barclayman here is going to run his pikes up onto the high ground as well. Now, I was just going to say, imagine 19 Macedonian pikes on top of that hill. Oh my gosh, how the heck could you fight 19 pikes up on top of that hill? Well, we just have to wait and see what happens during the course of the battle. I just wanted to show you a really great bit of teamwork here by Brotherhood member Spark. Can you see how he's escorting Scorpion King over to our left flank with his chariots? Can you see that? Spark there helping Scorpion King to get across to the left flank there, hoping with those chariots he'll put off any downhill attack that the enemy might have been thinking of. They may well have been thinking about taking their cavalry down that steep hill there, with all that charge bonus that they would get from the downhill bonus, like, you see what I mean? They was probably, I wondered if they did think about charging downhill, but when they saw Spark's chariots there, that may well have put them off. So as I say, a nice bit of escorting there by Spark with his chariots to escort Scorpion King over to our left flank. Great bit of teamwork there. And as I say, you can see Steve moving over there as well. So, as I say, right from the beginning of when we were setting up here on this map, we decided there was no chance of us attacking them. We're all going to meet over on the left flank, and we'll just see where we're going to go from there. But as I say, here you'll see me moving forward with my Spartan army towards the enemy troops there. Just maybe hoping to catch the, there might be a unit that might be a bit slower than the other ones there that, I might be able to get with my Spartans. That's why I'm running forward. You can see Sparks moving one of his chariot units forward as well, probably with the same idea there. But as I say, you can see those 19 pikes of Macedon there moving up towards the hill. And here you can see FirstPrime brought his cavalry down there to try and cover any attack by us onto his allies there. But you can see me running my Spartans forward there. Make no mistake, FirstPrime will back his cavalry off. Spark there, could you see Spark was really had his finger on the trigger there with that chariot. I think he was really thinking about charging into FirstPrime's cavalry, but then decided to pull back there. So as I say, you can see the enemy team's tactics very clear here to get up on top of that hill, get the tents out, get the camping stoves going there, and that's what they're going to do. But joking aside, if this was a real battle, then of course either side would grab the highest ground that they could. And that's exactly what the other team are doing. So there you can see Scorpion King got his cavalry as well as Spark his chariots there, escorting their infantry across to the left flank. Actually, with the downhill bonus that the enemy have got, I'm really surprised they haven't attempted to actually charge down the hill there, but I'm glad they didn't. But here, as I say, you can see the enemy team just forming up on the hill. And that is the highest part of this map there. So I know that when we were playing this battle, that the main thing that worried me here, yeah, you've got really elite Roman armies there, but those 19 Macedonian pikes, I mean, we know how long those Macedonian pikes are as well. To try and fight down those pikes to kill the man on the other end, that's going to be, and with the higher ground bonus that they've got as well. As I say, a real challenge to Team 1. That's why we call this this map, whenever we play on it, the Battle of Disadvantages, because the enemy Team 2 have got all the advantages, and Team 1 that I'm always in because I host on this map, has always got the disadvantages. So that's why we call these battles on this Alpine Valley map the battle of disadvantages, because that's what it is for Team 1. But as I say, here you can see the enemy tactics here, very clear for everybody to see. Just grab the higher ground there, get themselves formed up ready, and just said to our team, come on then, if you think you're hard enough, kind of thing. Like, I think that's what they're going to do there. And as I say, you can see Scorpion King here moving his infantry and cavalry across there, escorted, as I say, by Sparks, chariots. But as I say, you can see the enemy team forming up there. It'll be interesting to see whether they'll have Macedon in their forward units there to make first contact with us if we attack, or whether they'll have Rome there. It'd be interesting to see. They may well put the pikes there to hold us up if we attack, and then they can throw pilers in over the top of the Macedonians there into our troops. That may be something they may well look at there. But make no mistake, when this game, as I say, is full of RTW veterans. Every player in this game is a veteran, so it should be an interesting one here. Now, I just like to do a cavalry count here. So there's there's 5 cavalry. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11. 11 so far. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And the Macedon general, there's 17. So the enemy have got 17 cavalry units. Okay, so they've got 17 cavalry units. Let's see what we've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3 chariots there. And I think we've got 6 cavalry there, so that's 9. That's 9 there, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12 a mixture of cavalry and chariots against their 17. So not only have they got that massive hill advantage, they've got a massive cavalry advantage as well. Yes, we are pike and spear armies, which will have anti-cavalry bonus, but if they use their cavalry wisely, that cavalry, big cavalry advantage they've got could maybe prove decisive in this battle. Okay, so as I say, not only have they got that massive hill advantage, they've got a cavalry advantage as well. So as I say, it's going to be really tough for us in Team 1, as it always is on this map, and that's why we call it the Battle of Disadvantages, and this is the 4th one in that saga. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you'll see that I'm moving my Spartan army forward here up to a certain part of this map. Okay, I'm going to move it up to there, that particular position there, and I'll show you the reason why once that my Spartan battle formation gets set in that particular position. Okay, as you can see, we're moving forward here towards the enemy. Okay, so I'm going to set my battle formation up here. Can you see why I'm going to put my Spartans there? Okay, well, this left flank now is completely secured for my Spartans, because there's no way the enemy get up on this rock. It's a complete dead end for them there, so they can't attack on the left coming up there up the rock at all. So positioning my Spartans there, I know my left flank is anchored to that rock there. Okay, you can see they look like they're going to charge a cavalry attack there down the downhill, maybe into those 2 units of Scorpion Kings. But as I say there, you can see that they're set up there, and you can see the hill there, just to show you how high that is. But as I say, we're moving forward now, and it's going to be a difficult decision on what we're going to do here, whether we're going to wait here and see if the enemy will come down the hill a little bit to make it a bit more even, or whether we're going to have to attack uphill with all the disadvantages that will bring to us, and all the advantages that will give to the enemy team there. Okay, you can just see how steep that hill is there. And as I say, with 19 Macedonian pikemen there as well, that adds even more to the quandary for us, if you see what I mean. You can see FirstPrime there moving some of his units down there. You can see Spark bringing one of his chariots forward. Now, FirstPrime, we know he's very aggressive, a very attacking player here. He may well want to try and bring his army around the flank here, possibly to get in behind us. Now, if you notice there, you'll see Spark is moving a couple of his pike units and as you can see, he's got a chariot unit there as well, possibly with a view to try and neutralise any thoughts of FirstPrime coming round this particular flank. But as I say, FirstPrime very aggressive, very attacking. If he makes his mind up to do something, he will attack. Okay, you'll see the town watch here of Scorpion King. He's put in front of his main battle formation there to soak up enemy pilers. You'll see another unit there of Pontus there, the hillmen. He's also put that unit there to soak up enemy pilers. What they're trying to do is to get the enemy to throw their expensive pilers into those cheap units. Okay, that's what Scorpion King and Spark are trying to do. You can see this Scipii army moving forward there of Aurelius. But my guess is I don't know whether Aurelius will throw any pilers there. He knows what our team is trying to do. Will he want to waste his expensive pilers on these cheap units, or will he want to keep his pilers back for the more expensive units? Of course, he'll want to keep his pilers back. But here, as I say, you can see that Spark here is trying to block off this left flank in movement that FirstPrime looks like he's going to try and do there. It won't suit FirstPrime to be sat around doing nothing. We know right from the start of any battle he likes to attack, so he'll be looking for ways to do that. And Lando is on the other flank, the other one of the most aggressive players on Rome Total War, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Right here you can see that FirstPrime is throwing some of his pilers into this town watch unit here. I guess he's doing that just to kind of get them out the way, so that's why I imagine he's trying to do that. Just try and kill them off there. Here you can see more elite units being brought down the hill towards those town watch units there. You can see Scorpion King throwing some units in, throwing some pilers into the enemy units there. Right here you can see FirstPrime attacking those town watch units of Scorpion Kings there. Let's say very aggressive, very attacking. Here you'll see that Spark's bringing a couple of his Pontus pikemen across there just to hold the line at that particular part of the battlefield there. And you can see Scorpion King putting two of his units into Testudo there. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see where the battle's going to kick off here. But unfortunately those two town watch units of Scorpion King have now been routed. Whether they'll rally or not, I'm not sure. Morale's not very good for them. But as I say, here you can see Spark brought a couple of his pike units over. You can see Aurelius moving his Scipii army down the hill a bit, and you'll see that Spark is now pulling those two pike units back, because he knows that Aurelius is throwing loads of pilers into those units there. So that's why Spark's pulled his two pike units back behind the Testudo units of Scorpion King. So that's a nice bit of support there by Spark. So there you are, you can see here. Now what I'm thinking here, I wonder if we attack up here on this left flank to draw the enemy troops down onto us. Do you see what I mean? Or it may be feint an attack there to draw enemy troops onto us. And then this massive block of Spartans and Pontus there, with maybe a chariot support, could attack up that part of the hill there. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, if you were in our team, what would you do in this particular part of the battle here? Would you attack? Would you just sit there and hope that the enemy come down the hill? What do you think you would do here? But as I say, the enemy there, their enemy team got such massive advantages there with the downhill bonuses that they've got, that for us to attack it would be very, very difficult. Here you can see Scorpion King moving that unit in Testudo forward. Remember, this Testudo formation is a real formation that the Romans used back in the day. Really gives really good protection from missiles coming in on them, as you can see, and yet they can still see where they're going in between the shields there. Very, very effective formation there. So there's a general overview of the situation. As I say, if you were in our team, Team 1, how would you go about attacking this hill? Interested to know. Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you'll see Scorpion King doing a really nice tactical strategic hit there with a cavalry unit, trying to rout that one unit of enemy Scipii infantry there. That's a nice hit there with that cavalry unit, and hopefully you just pull it back before he gets any piler damage there. He routed that unit as well, so a nice sniping hit there, I think, opportunist hit there with that cavalry unit. So well done to Scorp there. You'll see Lando there chasing down that hillman unit of Pontus there. And then you can see that cavalry unit, Scorpion King, counter-attacking again. Look, bang! As he charged in there. My guess is he'll pull that cavalry unit back out now, yeah. Did the damage he wanted to, and then pulls that cavalry unit out. Just being a bit of a nuisance there to them, isn't he? Now here you'll see Scorpion King's Red Julii army there are facing that one Macedonian pike unit there. Now as I say, for Roman troops to fight down the length of those pikes to kill the man on the other end is always kind of difficult for Roman troops. Over here on our left flank, as I say, you can see FirstPrime with one of Barclayman's Macedonian units there moving towards a Spark there. Okay, Spark's trying to hold this left flank with a couple of his pike units there to stop them coming round this rock and getting in behind us. Okay, so that's what Spark's trying to do, but it looks to me like they may well have an overwhelming elite Roman force that's going to come round that flank there, and I'm not sure he'll be able to stop them with the units that he's already got there. Okay, so there you are. There's another hit there by Scorpion King with his cavalry, routed a couple more of those enemy Scipii units there. So as I say, nice opportunist sniping hits there from Scorpion King, just annoying the enemy team there with those hits and just routing those enemy units. So that's always a good thing to do. Try and annoy the enemy, and then they may well make some rash decisions there. But as I say, his troops here trying to fight down those long pikes of Macedon, always a problem for Roman troops there. As I say, I hope you enjoy this cracking battle, and as I say, it's the last battle of 2023 for us. Okay, at this stage of the battle there, you'll see a couple of FirstPrime's units are attacking one of Scorpion King's Testudo units there, as you can see, attacking the flank there of that Testudo unit. You'll see Scorpion King throwing some pilers into FirstPrime's attacking units there, but that unit is actually being quite aggressively attacked by two Scipio units. Here you can see that Aurelius has brought his cavalry down this side of the hill here in wedge formation, looking like he's going to charge into the flank of our troops there. So it'll be interesting to see what Aurelius is going to do there. And here you'll see Scorpion King sending some more of his Julii infantry in there to try and help that beleaguered Testudo unit of his. There, as you can see that. But I say, this game is like a game of sniping here. And here you can see Scorpion King bringing his cavalry units over, going to charge into those Scipios, and bang! Nice hit there. And bang! As he charges in there as well. But still, that's one Scipio unit still fighting there. If you notice here, I'm moving a couple of my Spartan units forward here to relieve the pressure off of that unit in Testudo there. If you notice there, you see my Spartans moving forward. Just put a couple of units there just to rout that one Scipio unit of FirstPrime. If you notice, FirstPrime's put that unit into Testudo, but I'm just moving my Spartans steadily forward. Just want to rout that unit if I can there, take the pressure off of Scorpion King's unit there if I can. And you can see my Spartan spears going into that. There you are. I think that managed to rout that unit. I'm now going to up spears and run my guys back to my battle formation there. I see the Macedonian generals brought down one of his Macedonian units there. Another nice cavalry hit there by Scorpion King on enemy infantry. As I say, nice sniping opportunistic hits there with his cavalry onto enemy Scipio units there. Okay, can you see I'm moving my Spartans forward to integrate my Spartans a little bit more with Scorpion King's Red Julii army there. Okay, but on the left flank there you'll see FirstPrime moving more infantry, and of course he's got that Macedonian unit of Barclayman there as well. He's determined to try and get round this rock and get in behind us, I think, with his troops there. So that's something that we need to watch. You'll see Scorpion King moving a lot of his infantry over to the centre part of the battlefield there. But as I say, once again, if you were in Team 1, how would you go about attacking this hill? Okay, at this stage of the battle here, you'll see that once again Scorpion King there is attacking enemy Scipio units there. What he's doing, he's identifying isolated enemy units there, and then charging his cavalry or even some infantry in as well, just to take that unit out. As I say, very tactical, opportunist and surgical hits there with his cavalry and infantry. Okay, now you see here that that's Scipio Cavalry has just charged downhill and routed one of Scorpion King's infantry units there. You might notice here that I've moved my Spartans out into a more attacking position there, okay, on this flank. But over here on the left here, you can see there that Spark has now put 3 of his pike units out there against those all those Roman units of First Primes. As I say, when First Prime makes his mind up to do something, he usually just gets on with it there, so it wouldn't surprise me if he does a big attack on that left flank there. Okay, at this stage of the battle, you'll see that both Scorpion King and Spark are taking some chariots and cavalry round the flank of the hill here. My guess is they're looking to get up on top of the hill. There, they may be looking to try and take out enemy cavalry on top of the hill, and then they'll have the downhill advantage. So what I'm thinking here at the same time, I may well attack with my Spartans there, where they've got one eye on what's going on over there. I was just thinking if I could attack with my Spartans there. But here you'll see Scorpion Kinglet going in with his Julio cavalry, going into that unit, and bang, as he smashes in there. Nice hit there by Scorpion King, but he needs to be aware of all the enemy cavalry that are up on top of that hill. You can see Lando bringing his cavalry down with a downhill charge bonus. Look, you can see he's still going downhill, look, and bang, as he charges in the Scorpion King's cavalry. You'll see that Sparky's going to throw in one of his chariot units as well, look, but you can see some enemy Macedonian pike units moving over as well. So if I was Scorpion King and Spark, I would get my cavalry and chariots out the way there. Right here, as I say, I could see my allies attacking on top of the hill, so I've decided to advance with my Spartans here. Okay, now one of our teammates said that he has to go soon, so we had to do something here. We couldn't, we're not going to wait anymore. So as our teammate said he's got to go soon, I decided, right, that's it, I'm going to attack with my Spartans there, as I say, as my allies are attacking up on top of the hill. Okay, you'll see First Prime there bringing some units in on the flank of my attacking Spartans there, so I'm going to have to set some Spartans there to try and deflect the attack coming in on the left hand side. Meanwhile, on top of the hill here, unfortunately there, it looks like all the Scorpion King's cavalry has now been routed. Okay, and it looks like this infantry unit's going to get smashed by cavalry, and bang, it charged in there. So that unit broke on impact there from, I think it's Lando's cavalry. But here, as I say, my Spartans now are fighting uphill against the enemy troops. So you can see a couple of my Spartan units have already broken there. They suffered a lot of casualties from pillars because Aurelius kept his pillars back there. So as my troops advanced, they were hit by a hail of downhill pillars there, which of course with a downhill bonus can do even more damage there. So as you can see, my Spartans fighting in a lot of different directions at this stage. Steve's advanced with his Spartans as well, look, holding a line there. So as I say here, we decided, because our teammate has to go, we decided we're going to attack, and there where you can see me attacking uphill now, which is something that I wouldn't advise anybody new to Rome Total War. I would definitely not advise you to attack uphill, because the downhill advantages the enemy team will have are so massive that it's very difficult to do much when you do attack uphill. As I say, Steve there, remember Steve's Spartans there all got an experience stripe on. There you are. Now he's decided to bring his Spartans back there. Okay, you can see he's decided to pull his Spartans back. He may be trying to draw the enemy onto his Spartans on more level ground. That could be what he's doing, but here I've decided I'm going to attack flat out here. Now right up on top of the hill, you'll see a couple of Scorpion King's cavalry units have rallied, and I think there's a chariot unit of Sparks there, a couple of maybe of chariot units of Sparks there as well, so maybe just one there. But if they get up on top of the hill, they'll have the hill advantage there maybe, but they must be aware of that enemy cavalry there that could just charge straight into them if they're not careful. Okay, now over at the rear of what's happening here, you'll see that First Prime did come round our flank. You see that he's come round there with infantry and cavalry, and I think there's a couple of Macedonian pike units that have come round as well. So he's actually got in behind us here. Now you'll see that Spark is sending some of his chariots and pike units over to try and deal with the threat that is coming in behind us. So as I say, that was a nice tactical move there by FirstPrime, getting his units down in behind us there. Very good tactical move. But as I say here, my Spartans there, I'm just going to keep them fighting there. I know there's no chance of me winning on this flank, but if I can weaken those units as much as I can, those enemy units, that could help my allies there. As I say, I'm just really being aggressive, my Spartans there. I'm tapping on attack all the time against these enemy troops. There you can see my Spartans there fighting those Scipii troops of FirstPrime. There, so as I say, and you can see my allies there, my Julii ally and my Pontus ally coming behind me as well to support my troops. But as I say, look, can you see I'm just attacking uphill there, just trying to cause as many casualties to the enemy troops as I can. At the rear here, you'll see that Spark's taken a lot of his Pontus pikemen there to counter FirstPrime's attack there. Okay, now as I say, the enemy got a massive cavalry advantage, but of course because we're all pike and spear armies with anti-cavalry bonus in every single unit, it is difficult for them to make the most of their cavalry advantage. Okay, as you can see there. And I know that's one of the things that they said after the battle was, yes, they did have massive cavalry advantage, but with us having anti-cavalry factions, that kind of made it very difficult for them. Over here, nice move by Lando. Look, he's brought a couple of his Scipii infantry units round our flank on this side, look, to get behind, maybe to link up with FirstPrime over there to attack our Pontus ally. Okay, but here, as I say, you can see my Spartans are dwindling number now. My Spartans are a real dwindling number, but they're still fighting there up on top of the hill. Unfortunately, there you'll see that it looks like Scorpion King's cavalry has been routed yet again. Whether they'll rally, I don't know now, because they've suffered so many casualties. They may not be able to rally here, but but here at the rear of our main battle there, you'll see that Sparky's doing really well there with his chariots and his Pontus pikemen there. As I say, FirstPrime got his cavalry around there, but there's nothing he could do with that really, with all those pikes and spears here. Nice attack in the rear of those units there by Spark there, very well played there at the rear. So as I say, my Spartans here are still fighting uphill. Here you'll see Scorpion King got a couple of units attacking the general there of, I think FirstPrime maybe. I've kept my general out of the fray there. Uh-oh, that's my general dead. Okay, so they've just attacked my general unit, so I've lost my general morale bonus there that I was giving to the team. So, as I say, but there's no retreat, no surrender for the Spartans. I'm not pulling them back. No retreat, no surrender. You know, that's the code of the Spartans there, and I'm just going to keep them fighting. Over here, you'll see, now you can see Aurelius has brought some of his cavalry units round our flank there. So they've got infantry and cavalry round our flank. And here you'll see the Macedonian pikes of Barclayman there. But as I say, I think most of my Spartan units have now been taken. Watch his cavalry attack. Watch his downhill cavalry attack. And bang! As it smashes in there. Just the downhill bonuses that cavalry attack had there. It just smashed those two Julii units of Scorpion Kings there. That just goes to show the downhill bonuses that the enemy team have had in this battle. Right, pause the game for a second here. So, at this stage, I've got 2 units left. Okay, 1 unit there, and 1 unit there. That's the entirety of my army. The rest of my Spartans have fought to the last man there, and have been taken out. So, that's what happens when you attack uphill there. But, as I say, I wanted to weaken the enemy units as much as I can, which might help my allies out there. Okay, but you can see the enemy here. They could well make a breakthrough here on our left flank. They could well do that, but you can see that Spark has spotted that and moving some of his Pontus pikemen over there to reinforce that part of the battle line. Over here, you can see the enemy cavalry and infantry lined up. There you can see those units there, cavalry units there, ready to charge in. Here you'll see some Pontus pikemen here, as I say, filling the gap here on the left side And as I say, there you can see that one unit of my Spartans there being engulfed by enemy troops. You can see a cavalry, chariot attacks just come down. Now this was a nice chariot attack here by Spark. Can you see there? If you look there, you'll see his chariot unit there. Can you see? And he got up onto the hill behind the enemy troops and charged straight down into the rear of them. That was a really nice tactical hard hit there with his chariots. So well done to him. Nice hit there. But unfortunately he smashed into Macedonian pikemen there with their anti-cavalry and chariot bonus there. But as I say, here you can see a lot of enemy Scipii troops trying to push in here on this flank. As I say, I think my general unit, even though the general's dead, is my last unit fighting. And I think that unit, if I remember, just disappears because it fights right down to the last man. It doesn't rout. I can see my general unit still fighting there. But here you can see more Macedonian units being brought in to attack us now. There, as you can see, enemy troops pushing in on all directions. There's my one unit left there with 2 men. You just got 2 men left in him there, in that unit, and that's the last of my infantry. And as I say, I think if I remember correctly, that unit just disappears. It doesn't rout. It fights down to the last man, and then that's it. Kept the Spartan code going there. No surrender, no retreat, and it fights down to the last man there. There you are. That's my so I just saw my general unit get wiped out. So all my army has now been destroyed. I can do no more to help my teammates. So it's all down to my teammates now to try and hold here if they can. You can see enemy troops up on the hill, cavalry and infantry ready to charge down, making the most of the downhill charge bonus. Over here you'll see that Steve and Spark have formed up quite a formidable defence there with the long pikes of Pontus and the elite Spartans there. But over here you can see a lot of enemy troops trying to push in. I can see several enemy units starting to rout now, and you can see there that Steve's brought a couple of his Spartan units over. You can see Spark is bringing a couple of his Pontus pikemen over as well to try and shore up this particular part of the battle line. You can see cavalry here. You can see the enemy cavalry. You can see the enemy, like we said, have got a massive cavalry advantage, but it's so difficult for them to use that cavalry advantage against anti-cavalry units, which is what we've all got. Oh my gosh, there you go. Scorpion King's generals has been routed, but look how many enemy troops units there have just routed en masse. Now that's good news for us here. This game is still very much in the balance, which I can't believe, bearing in mind we started to attack uphill here. As I say, the enemy cavalry advantage was massive, but they said after the battle it was very, very difficult to use their cavalry advantage because, as I said, we've got all pike and spear anti-cavalry units. So it is very difficult there. You can see them trying to move the cavalry round to different places here, trying to find places they can hit. But everywhere they look, they're just going to run into pike and spears, which of course have got big anti-cavalry bonuses. But you can see the battle there. You can see the enemy really pushing into our pikes and spears along here. Look, you can see the enemy blue Scipii troops really pushing into our spears and pikes there. But like I said in many battle videos, attacking pikes and spears head on for Roman troops is very, very difficult. You can see the cavalry, enemy cavalry massing here, looking to maybe smash into the flank of our engaged pike or spearmen there. There goes that cavalry. They're looking for a mass rout. They're looking to start a mass rout here with the cavalry here. Get ready for this. Bang! As it smashes in there. And another bang as he smashes in there, trying to get a mass rout going there. That's what that cavalry hit was all about. If they could have got several of our units to start to rout there, they'd have probably got a mass chain rout going there. But somehow our units managed to hold. As I say, the anti-cavalry bonus that every unit has got there, I think really came into its own. But that was, make no mistake, that was a massive cavalry hit there. And make no mistake, they were going for a mass chain rout there. That's what they were trying for there. That was a good tactical thought there, but it just didn't pay off because I guess with so many anti-cavalry units that we've got, as I said before, it makes it very difficult for them. So here you got a couple of FirstPrime's units there, and you can see Sparky moving some of his pike units over there. You can see the enemy moving their cavalry around there, trying to attack that chariot unit of Sparks there. And as I say, our pike and spear defensive battle formation there, I think is done well. I mean, as I say, we started to attack uphill, and then they attacked downhill onto us, but we've managed to hold here, and I think we've done really well so far. Another chariot hit here. Look, you can see Spark brought that chariot down again, smashed into the back, probably looking to try and take out that Scipio general there. Look, using, now we've got the downhill advantage, look, with those chariots, look, and bang, as those chariots come downhill, making the most of the downhill charge bonus there. Well done to Spark. Now he's going to go back over there again, look, and hit again, look, bang, charging in there, pulling out. You see, he's not staying too long. He doesn't want to fight hand to hand with infantry, but he'll go in there, make a nuisance of himself, kill a few enemy, and then pull his chariots back out. And there it looks like Lando's cavalry is there with some infantry, but it looks like, to me, like a heck of a lot of the enemy troops have now been routed. There's a general there, look. Aurelius' general's just been routed there. And that chariot hit, hammer and anvil attack. The pikes and spears being the anvil, and the chariot being the hammer there. Oh my gosh. Here comes a cavalry hit from Lando, look, and bang, as he charged in there. Unfortunately for him, Spark spotted the cavalry come in, and he turned his pikes just in time, I think, to rout the that cavalry attack coming in on him there. So, actually, to be honest with you, it looks like our team has managed to go on and win the battle there. Wow. So I think all of my army is dead, and I think all of Scorpion King's army is dead as well. But somehow we managed to hold. If you look up on top of the hill, this is where, if you remember, Scorpion King and Spark attacked with chariots and cavalry, trying to take the top of the hill so they'd have a downhill advantage there. They tried as best they could, but they lost most of their cavalry up there. Here, if you look here, you can see more fighting there. You can see the intensity, and of course at the rear here, you can see there was a lot of fighting went on here as well, where FirstPrime got his infantry and cavalry, and a couple of units of Macedonians got in behind us as well. So I think Spark thwarted most of that behind us there. If you look, as I say, FirstPrime had his cavalry round there, but it was so difficult for him to be able to use it against anti-cavalry units. As we move up here you can see more dead there. That looks like Macedonian, mostly Macedonian dead there, with some Spartans sprinkled in between. Here, as I say, this is where I started the attack here with my Spartans there. Fought down to the last man, attacking uphill against elite enemy generals and elite enemy armies there. There you can see as far as my Spartans got up as far as they could there. Look. And over here you can see Aurelius' general leaving the battlefield now, routing there. So as I say, unbelievably, Team 1 has managed to win with all the disadvantages that we had. There, let's let the tide of my Spartans, so that's as far as my Spartans could get up the hill there before they were wiped out. So they didn't do too badly, I don't think, really, bearing in mind they started down there. So that's not too bad. I think there's just a few enemy units left now. It might be worth going on to speeding up a little bit there, because just those couple of units left. Let's go up to yeah, I think he just admitted defeat actually. So I hope that this was a really memorable battle for the last battle of 2023. The first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. I thought everybody played well. As I say, this was a veterans battle. Everybody in this game is a veteran, and as you can see, it was a close victory. Now the highest kills in the game, okay, surprisingly to some people maybe, is Pontus. Look at the kills, 2,562 kills for Pontus. How often do you see Pontus getting that many kills? Very, very rarely. So well done to Spartan. So well done to Lando. He got over 1,000 kills, so well done to him. He was very aggressive, as he always is in battle. Thought he played well. Well done to FirstPrime. Now, he got less than 1,000 kills, so he'll probably be a bit disappointed. But very nice tactical move round our flank there with his infantry. So well done to him. Well done to Aurelius. He got less than 1,000 kills, so he'll be a bit disappointed as well. But he was very aggressive too. And well done to Barclayman, second highest kills in the game with his Macedonians. His 19 Macedonian pikes there. So really well played, guys. My kills, well, I managed to get over 1,000 kills. And bearing in mind I was attacking uphill, I thought that's not too bad kills, really. Like, as I say, I just thought I'm going to attack, see what happens. Well done to Steve. Now, he got less than 1,000 kills there, but he did really well. He was like a rock there. He was like the anchor of the team, holding for a long time there with Spark. So well done to him. As I say, well done to Spark. Highest kills in the game with Pontus there. Really well played with Pontus. And well done to Scorpion King too. He got over 1,000 kills, so he did well as well there. So, just to say, I hope you enjoyed the last game of 2023 that we're putting onto our YouTube channel. And as I say, this is the 4th battle of disadvantages. Those that watch our battles regularly would have watched the other 3 battles of disadvantages. That's what we call this map, because the disadvantages to Team 1 are so massive that it really is a battle of disadvantages. Anyway, the Brotherhood would like to wish you all a really happy new year. We hope whatever happened in 2023 is much better in 2024. Okay, and we look forward to putting more videos on in 2024, and we hope you still enjoy watching them well into 2024. Spartan Commander saying bye for now.